big what's it? What do you mean? Goodness me, to build something so large without creation magics is positively stupendous. Perhaps you could direct our attention to its most important features. Oh, this thing? The tanks. It's a little hard to see from here, but is that a golden pipe connected to the top of those tanks? And I can see through that window another pipe at the bottom. This must be for purifying water drawn up from below. Metallic tube. Is that a water right here from inside that great big tube? Must be because of those cogs and that gigantic wheel at the top. Oh, I see. That's how they draw up the water. There's probably some sort of spiral-shaped mechanism inside it, too. What am I missing? What am I missing? I'd assume it would be the wheel. Oh, the mushroom thing. This thing. I was not looking at the objectives. That looks like the trees in the greatest Innsvale. Hold on, that's a bit of a strange shape. It's thin at the bottom but big at the and round at the top. Quite tall for something so unbalanced. Balanced too. Now it makes sense. That's where they store the water. Well, if I were to hazard a guess, water drawn from underground, presumably with some other mechanism, is purified here and stored in that tower before being distributed elsewhere. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it. A design brilliant in its simplicity. I dare say it would only take a moment to install in even the harshest of environments. For us sloperettes, that is. Indeed, securing a reliable source of water is of the utmost importance for any fledgling settlement. We have read, however, that peoples of Aetherius sometimes make their homes in arid deserts and such. How are they able to survive? Many settlements in Thanlane are built near an oasis. So wherever you choose to live, you're never far from water. Oh dear, I worry we won't be able to procure the necessary amount. We can provide enough water to keep them from drying out completely, but it would appear they rely on it far more than we'd anticipated. A few adjustments may be in order. Once we've calculated the average rate of consumption per individual, it may also be worth learning more about how exactly they obtain their water in the first place. Master Alphino spoke with the machinery responsible for that feat during our journey through Logisticon Alpha, did he not? Mayhap the Loperettes will share his appreciation for the engineering marvel. Oh yes, that sounds absolutely splendid. We must journey beyond to take sure of Charlet and Hamlet. I shall lead the way. You mean we'll have to brave the untamed wilderness? A valid concern indeed. We could not help but notice the many dangerous-looking creatures with big nasty teeth lurking around beyond the safe confines of this settlement. Were we not escorted here by burly custodians, I dread to think what would have become of us. Regrettably, too many a hungry predator with the aforementioned big nasty teeth. Loporets may appear to be a potential and rather appetizing source of sustenance. Might I impose upon thee to assist in securing safe passage to Logisticon Alpha? For my part, I shall act as escort to Living Way and Cooking Way. I entrust Singing Way and Growing Way to thy care. A more valiant protector they could not wish for. God's speed. If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not be eaten by some horrid beastie. Come along, Growing Way, to the water extraction, what's it? The Loporets are so adorable. Okay. Thank you so much. I really hope this water extraction is worth these harrowing experiences. All part of the fun, some might say, but I'd rather not be burnt to a crisp if it's all the same to you. Don't worry, I won't let you die. Need to go... Okay, good. There's a way through over here. My friends, I bid you welcome to Logisticon Alpha. Our destination doth lie at the lift's top. Pray, follow me. You will need to use this lift should you wish to go to the Meteor Circuit. Let me know if you are headed that way. And I am. You probably saw those bunnies walk by, too. Oh. Wrong button. Marvelous, simply marvelous. So this is where the magic, or science rather, takes place. The perfect environment to sustain life, artificially created. The knowledge we'll gain here will be essential when we start looking for new stars for your kind to inhabit. You are all very lucky that Aetheris has just so happened to provide everything you need to thrive. Or did mankind turn out the way they are because of the available resources, I wonder? Good point. Either way, it's nothing sort of miraculous. I cannot wait to see more of it. I've gotten new pants. Please look good. AR Cyan Velvet Bottoms of Naming? Oh, it's shorts. Huh. I'll keep it. This is all very wonderful, I'm sure, but I was rather hoping to learn more about your nourishment provision facilities. In other words, where is the food? I believe both the knowledge and consumables you seek may be found at Mirial Agronomics. As I imagine, Singing Way and the others intend to study every conceivable facet of this apparatus. Would Sab be so kind as to escort a visiting culinarian? Yes, that sounds much more interesting. Hopefully I'll be able to see firsthand some of the delicacies Urianger was telling me about. Even this is incredibly vivid, if a bit too verbose, descriptions cannot compare to sampling them myself. Not to mention, Aetheris will soon be no more, so I must learn all I can while there is still time. Let us brook no further delay. Speak with Cooking Way and have him accompany you. But he's all the way up here. Why didn't he let me talk to him down there? This is the place, yes? The heady aroma was enough to guide me here, and I spotted several of the fruit and vegetables featured in our compendium. I'd dearly love to try some, but I read that those who help themselves to a farmer's crops without permission are often caught and put into pies. Perhaps you could ask whoever's in charge if they would be willing to part with a few samples. Cooking Way is now accompanying you, okay. What a fine mess this is. Ah, it's you, the one who climbed down the mine shaft. I'd show you around if I could, but I'm rushed off my feet preparing for the exodus. And I'm not the only one. We've all got to find ways to do what we do down here up there. We do down here up there. First on the moon and then on whichever star the form decides will become our new home. It's all so sudden, so unreal. Don't you want to go to the moon? Well, it's better than waiting for the final days to claim us. But no matter how carefully it's all planned, we'll never be able to take every variety of flora and fauna with us. Even the ones we can take may not survive in their new environment. So many species doomed to extinction. Sorry, that's not what you came to talk about, is it? Nothing quite so dire, I assure you. We merely wish to sample a little of your produce if we may. By all means, help yourself. Much appreciated, my good fellow. So where to begin? Accompany Cooking Way to the vineyard and then speak with him. Oh, I know what these are. Grapes, yes. Let's see. Oh. Hey, Bum, thank you for the Bum. Thank you for following. I appreciate it. Let's see if they are as delicious as they look. So sweet, so sour. The taste is much like a ripe philosopher's carrot, and yet the texture is entirely different. The contrast between the outer skin and the fruit within is most peculiar, though far from unpleasant. Yes, I think I'll try another. How's it going? Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty well. I'm just playing through Endwalker. How are you? Well, that's certainly given me food for thought, though in a far less visceral manner than any philosopher's carrot. Tell me, what is your opinion of grapes? I'd brave an erupting volcano for a choice bunch. Yes, they are rather Moorish, aren't they? And from what I've read, quite versatile too. Something about people stepping on them to make intoxicating beverages, as I recall. Anyway, that's enough about grapes for the time being. On to the next treat. Okay, I need to go to the Orange Grove. Where's that? Oh, over here. You're good? Just a little headache? Okay, hopefully the headache goes away. Orange by name, orange by nature. What came first, the fruit or the color? Who cares? Let's eat. Yes, that's... Equal parts sweet and sour as with the grapes, yet nothing alike. I may have to consult Urianji about expanding my vocabulary. I simply cannot find the words to describe it. Perhaps what I'm looking for is bitter. This is all very complicated. You know, so many flavors, so many choices, and each individual with their own personal preference. Now I see why you all turned your noses up at the idea of eating nothing but carrots. Marvelous though they still are in my estimation. Let no one say I said otherwise. But speaking of carrots, have you yet to sample any of the vegetables? Let's see what's in that field over there. Pumpkins. The color, that texture, are they some sort of enormous round carrot? Nope. No, in any case, proper nomenclature is less of a concern than the taste. Look, it's so hard and flavorless, I may as well be chewing a piece of wood, as all but confirms it. These are nothing more than misbegotten failures masquerading as goodly carrots. Stop. Can't you see these are pumpkins? And no one with any sense would try eating them raw. You're supposed to cook them first. Did you not find it an awful bother? Far from it, cooking is a joy unto itself. And what's more, it broadens the range of ingredients that we may safely eat. But above all else, cooking allows us to draw out the full potential of our produce. Pumpkin stew has been one of my favorite dishes for as long as I can remember. And perhaps even those hard blocks of plant matter can become as delicious as the orange I sampled. I wonder though, if there's anything even more delicious. How about that yellow fruit over yonder? The lemon. Oh no. What a wondrous fragrance. With luck, it'll have a flavor to match. As I have no idea how these are eaten, I'll just bite into it. My tongue, is this poison? It's sour. A lemon? You won't mean it's supposed to taste like this? How can something so similar to an orange be so revolting? It may be some time before my palate recovers from this ordeal. As such, I had best call an end to this round of sampling. Let's say our farewells and return to the others. I like that. Finished, have you? I trust you found something to your liking. I'm rather enamored with the grapes and oranges, less so the pumpkin, though I learned the hard way they're not to be eaten raw. Then there was the lemon, the deceiver. I still feel so violated. Haha, first time, was it? I'd hate for you to leave with a bad taste in your mouth. In more ways than one, so I'll give you this lemon muffin I baked. If this doesn't change your opinion, nothing will. More lemon? Have I not suffered enough? Nevertheless, I would be remiss of me to spurn this opportunity to bit of sick came up there. Learn more of your inscrutable ways. Very well, lemon muffin, do your worst. Now I want a lemon muffin. This is delicious. Although I still detect a hint of lemon, it complements the sweetness of the dough to create a perfect harmony. I never would have guessed its vile bitterness could be utilized so elegantly. My good chap, this is simply breathtaking. See, we rarely use lemon in its natural state, but it has a starring role in all sorts of recipes, and the same is true for many other ingredients. It comes down to making the most of the resources at our disposal, and sometimes that can even be the difference between life and death. I know we won't be able to take every species with us. No doubt the form agonized over what was worth preserving and what would be consigned to history. Hard choices, but make them we must if we are to survive. Such strength of will. Now I know what Heidelin sees in your kind. Mankind, the Loperettes, we were both born from the accumulated knowledge of the ancients. They learned all there is to learn about the nature of sentient life and fates of the stars themselves. Once a civilization has fulfilled the basic requirements for survival, it will inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection. And therein lies its folly and its downfall. For perfection is an unattainable ideal. 'Tis the paradox of the immaculate carrot. Yet civilizations since time immemorial have deemed the pursuit of perfection as progress. They pay no heed to the costs incurred in their futile quest, and all too often become the architects of their own demise, their dreams forever unfulfilled. What then is the alternative? The answer lies in knowing that our existence can never be perfect. To be content with what we have and make the most of it. When life gives you lemons, make lemon muffins. That's not the phrase, but close enough. Pardon my Eoisian, but what in the seven hells are you on about? And who are you anyway? Cooking away at your service. I'm here to help prepare for the trip to the moon. Once you get there, you'll be able to try my carrots. I've been growing all different kinds. But don't worry, there'll be room for your crops too. We'll work together to preserve as many of Aetherius' species as possible, if you're up to the challenge. Yes, of course. I look forward to it. Oh. Hey, Zaku. Thank you for redeeming a, awa awa. Good seeing you. Well, this has all been highly productive, probably. Let's go and see if Yurianji and the others have run out of machinery to inspect, shall we? Yes, Wabbit. They're called Loperettes. They're very adorable. Oh, I need to go back down here. How are you? How are you, Zaku? I'm obviously playing Endwalker. That's how I'm doing. Yes, demon in blanky mode. By Cooking Way's broad grin, I assume your excursion was a roaring success? Yes, it was. Not to rub it in, but we had the most fantastic time while you were away. Your Yanji was able to obtain all manner of meteorological data for us to pore over. I'll be sure to put my newfound knowledge to good use once we return to the moon. It's my duty to make your journey as comfortable as possible, though there's no telling how long it will be. 100 years? 1,000? Probably closer to 5,000, give or take. Where have you and Cooking Way been? If the two of you were engaged in pursuit of an educational nature, and you should have taken me too. I'm the leader after all. Oh, there you are. Have the others finished talking about rainmaking whatsits yet? Yes. That was the most enlightening. Especially the part with the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering, do you know of any other places famed for their cuisine? I'd say the Far East has oodles of noodles. Would that I had time to visit. The more I learn of Aetheris, the more I wish we could spare it from the final days. Alas, Hydaelyn's orders are to flee, not to resist. If only there was some other way. But yeah. It was it Living Way you said it? Who said it? Oh yeah, Singing Way. Yeah. A few of these rabbits have a habit of gloating. David, I trust thy time at agronomics did bear fruit. Cough, bear fruit. Oh, our own efforts too were rewarded. We now possess an embarrassment of educational riches. No doubt our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge could occupy them and us for a fortnight. Alas, time is of the essence. Let us return to Charlie and Hamlet forthwith. I shall gladly attend to each and every laupret there, should further questions within my power to answer arise. Oh, what's Growing Way doing? Oh. Nothing more for Growing Way to say. Okay. I'll just teleport over here. Oh, is this going to be a voiced cutscene? Nope. Yes, Davel, that was indeed me verbalizing a sigh to express... Oh wait, Growing Way really actually verbalized a sigh. Oh, thank you for resubscribing. Of course, they've been subscribed for 2 months. Oh, you've been subscribed for 2 months. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, yes, Davel, that was indeed me verbalizing a sigh to express my emotional state. Do you want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environmental data for Aetheris at Logisticon Alpha. That's why. A forest so lovely and so leafy. Are all of your forests like that? You should see the forests of the first. One was purple. Gasp, I say. With a star so wonderful, it comes as no surprise that you're reluctant to leave it behind. I was a fool to think otherwise, to assume that the moon was something worth being proud of. How ridiculous we must seem to you, trying so hard, yet achieving